I want to thank all of you for your presence and participation today in this very important endeavor by the Diocese of Bismarck. Of course, the concept of a foundation is certainly not new to any of us, and many of our parishes and other Catholic institutions in the Diocese of Bismarck have these foundations. However, what we begin today is a new chapter in the history of Catholic stewardship in the Diocese of Bismarck. Now, as of July 1st, 2013, the fund that has been known as the Provision for the Future, by the unanimous agreement of its board members, becomes the Catholic Foundation for the people of the Diocese of Bismarck. All of the funds belong to the various parishes, schools, and other Catholic institutions affiliated with the Diocese of Bismarck, and all of those funds certainly remain the possession, the property of all of those institutions. What this will provide to them and for them is a greater financial benefit for their near and long-term support and development. This, we are very confident, will be achieved by obtaining those economies of scale through a much larger pooled fund, as well as a single management of the funds by the Diocese of Bismarck. In a few moments, Mike Kiedrowski, the executive director of the foundation and the director of planned giving for the diocese, will explain in much more detail this component of the new foundation. In my own experience as a priest and now a bishop, I have received on behalf of the Catholic Church many generous gifts from our faithful Catholic people. And I have found that without exception, it is their intent that their gifts to the Church have an enduring and a positive effect for the Church itself for years to come. We are already being good stewards of these great and generous gifts, and the new foundation will allow us to be even better stewards of these most generous gifts from our people. These gifts not only represent the Catholic individuals, the Catholic families who give them, but I know that I speak not only for myself, but for all of our priests, many of whom you see here today, who are the ones who usually receive them. These gifts are the generous, the tangible expression of a deep and abiding love for and gratitude to Almighty God for so many blessings received in the course of one's life. As the recipients of these gifts, we have an obligation. By we, I mean not just Bishop Kagan, but every pastor entrusted with the care of a parish, a school, or another Catholic institution. We have an obligation before God and to our people to do the best we are able in not only preserving their generosity, but to do the best we can to increase the benefit their generous gifts give to the Church. It is my fervent prayer that the Catholic Foundation for the people of the Diocese of Bismarck will be for us now and for many years to come that vehicle by which we increase our good stewardship of God's great blessings and give our Catholic people a sure and a certain way to express their love for God and His Church. Again, I thank you all for your presence and your participation in this very important and very exciting day in the life of our diocese. And now I would ask Mike Kiedrowski if he would come up and go into some greater detail for all of you about what the foundation will be and what it will provide for not only those who wish to offer gifts to the church, but what the benefit for the church will be in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop, and thanks to all of you for coming out this afternoon and joining the Bishop and the Foundation Board of Directors in this historic announcement of the implementation of the Catholic Foundation for the Diocese of Bismarck. You know, a buzzword around the state of North Dakota for charities has been the word endowment. Now, the reason for that is that North Dakota, the state of North Dakota, has one of the most generous tax credits in the nation for gifts to qualified endowment funds. The guidelines read in the law that if you contribute a gift of $5,000 to a qualified endowment, you receive a 40% tax credit. That's very generous. The legislature a few years ago passed this, and it's an indication that they are supportive of the nonprofits in our state and the mission that we have of providing to the people. Bishop Kagan mentioned a few key words I'd like to reiterate, and that is stewardship. This is certainly an opportunity for not only parishioners, but also parishes, Catholic school systems, other diocesan entities to also participate in the Catholic Foundation to take advantage of the economies of scale and in the pooled investment fund, and that way getting a better return and also taking advantage of lesser fees. So it simply makes sense. And also what the Catholic Foundation will do for those funds that individuals contribute, and also for parishes, Catholic school systems, and other diocesan entities, is continuity. What we will do is we will make sure that the wishes of the donors, when they establish a endowment, that those dollars will go to their specific ministry that they choose. So in other words, both parishes and other diocesan entities and individuals can participate in the Catholic Foundation. Now, there's two ways that diocesan entities can participate. One is with an endowment fund where only the income is used for their specific ministry. And the second is agency funds. Those funds can be withdrawn at the request of the institutions at any time. So we have this vehicle now that will allow for parishes, other diocesan entities, to participate in for a better result in their investment processes. Now, in individuals can participate in a couple ways as well. One is, of course, with an endowment fund. Individuals can create an endowment fund for their specific ministry, their favorite ministries in which they choose. And we, as management of those funds, will make sure that that distribution of that endowment fund will be sent to their favorite ministry in which they choose in their agreement. We also have now donor advised funds. Donor advised funds, individuals can contribute a gift and then retain an opportunity to advise where those funds go. And that is the largest growing charitable fund in the country right now. And so with the Catholic Foundation, we have the opportunity to provide donors with that opportunity as well. And of course, we will continue to provide estate planning assistance to our parishioners in helping them in their gift planning wishes. What is the order of the business for the Catholic Foundation? The first order of business. Well, we do have an opportunity with the Catholic Extension Society out of Chicago in a matching gift opportunity. The Catholic Extension Society will match $1 for every $2 we raise up to $50,000. So that's one of the first orders of business. The other one is simply getting out and telling our story to parishioners, to parishes, Catholic school systems, and other diocesan entities. Folks, Bishop Kagan mentioned growth and development. And in the fund development arena, in the Catholic Foundation business, I've been in this business for about 25 years now. And as I visit with folks about their gift planning needs, it's encouraging to me when they strike up a conversation in wanting to pass on values. The transfer of values is just as important to them as their transfer of wealth to their heirs, even more so in some cases. And that is encouraging. Ensuring our faith for future generations is our goal with the Catholic Foundation. And when we can transfer values on to future generations, we have accomplished our mission. And that's our goal, that's our mission, I also would like to recognize right now those that have helped in establishing this Catholic Foundation. There has been many people have contributed to implement this foundation today. And my thanks to all the diocesan offices, the stewardship office, the fiscal office, and Bishop Kagan for their work in helping this come to fruition this day. Well, at this point, I would open it up to any questions that the media might have. It's an umbrella type of arrangement where all the diocesan institutions can participate and take advantage of the economies of scale, and we keep a separate accounting on each one of those funds, you see. And so that frees up, what that does is that frees up the pastor's time and the administrator's time with that business matter. The parishes, this is not a mandate, this is all voluntary, and the pastors and their finance council, school administrators can choose to participate if they wish, if it fits their situation. We have some interest right away in transferring some funds from some diocesan institutions. That, I think, will increase as we show the progress and the success that we will have with this, with the Catholic Foundation and the investment pool concept. what we have is this opportunity, again with the economies of scale, the pooled investment fund, opportunity for better return, lesser fees, less management responsibility on the part of the institution. That will be taken care of by the Catholic Foundation. We will continue to use our investment firm that we have used for the last 25 years, Siegel Bryant Hamel, out of Chicago. We've had a 25-year relationship with them. They've done a good job with investing. We will follow the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops guidelines, and that is certainly a concern with a lot of folks as I visit with them, is that those guidelines will be followed. The endowments within the foundation, where only the income is distributed, those stay within the diocese. Now, the donor advised funds, the donor can advise where they go, and at least 50% has to stay within the diocesan entities. 50% can go to other charities consistent with the Catholic faith. What's our first step? What's our first goal? And that is to tell our story. That will be my responsibility as executive director. I will also ask the board of directors to continue to tell this story when they return to their respective parishes, to their respective deaneries, and we will also be we are also in the process of adding to staff to help tell that story, and so virtually that's the first order of business. Tell our story, explain the services to those in our diocese, and I'm confident that the more we tell our story, the more people will understand what we're up to and will buy in. If an individual has a favorite ministry, they can contribute a gift and create an endowment where only the income is used to fund that ministry. And there's many needs in our diocese. And I think that would be a selling point for someone that has a specific ministry in mind, and with their gift, a gift that will last in perpetuity, virtually will continue to fund that ministry after they are gone. That is certainly an attraction, and that goes back to the concept that I mentioned earlier, the transfer of values, and how important that is for grandparents and parents alike to make sure that those values transfer on to their children.